Good day, gentlemen. This is a pre-recorded briefing made prior to your departure, in which for security reasons of the highest importance has been known on board during the mission. Now that you are in Jupiter's space and the entire crew is revived, it can be told you. 18 months ago, first evidence of intelligent life off the Earth was discovered. It was buried 40 feet below the lunar surface, near the crater Patron. Except for a single, very powerful radio emission aimed at Jupiter, the 4-million-year-old black monolith has remained completely inert. Its origin and purpose still a total mystery.
I'm the man, yes sir, that killed the bear barehanded so the people won't forget it. Getting money for I was legal to drink. I care what a broke nigga think.
Just like the pack of Lewiz.
Look, everything I do so cold. I can do this, both eyes closed. Too sharp, I stay on my toes. About that guap boy, anything goes. Help the bear if we outside. Help the bear if we outside. Still tipping, baby, nothing changed. I'm still grinding over here, yeah. Still sliding through my own lane. Shorty, nothing funny over here. Dollars rain everywhere around me. Dream to get money. Made it through the storm, living sunny. Dreams came true, now we eating. I got more dreams to chase, gotta reach them. Trying to put a team together like the Hunger Games. Everybody grinding cause we all came from hunger.
Yeah, believe that. Young Justice Time. NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all them places. Hit that thumbs up. All right? Hit that subscribe. Share this to your folks. And shout outs to everybody that's up in here early in the chat. Big shout out to Daryl. Look, from Pine Tops, North Carolina. Shouts out to North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Your boy from VA. So you know we got love for NC. You know, we here. You know what I'm saying? Like cousins. Just hit 85, hit 95 right there. You know what I'm saying? We, boom. So today we're going to get into the happenings in Supertown. We're going to get into the machinations of a Metron. We gonna get into. Let's go and let them in. We got some people in the side door. We're gonna get into some of the splish splash, taking a bath. All right, all up in the pool. All up in the boiling lake, just splashing around, having a good time. All right, that's what we about to get into. Now, before we get started, all right, we do have someone who came in through the side door. Shouts out, Solar Gray. What's up?
I finally made it. Apologize for my appearance. This is what a wizard looks like when they're doing yard work.
So, look, sometimes you gotta do yard work, y'all. You gotta rake stuff. But in his case, he don't even have to rake. He just be like, and then the rake do stuff, and then he be like,
I wish it was like that, but off topic of what we're here to talk about today. So one of my neighbors is like, I know you're trying to get the tower together and everything, but that construction material you got leaning against the fence is kind of knocking the fence over into my yard. And I'm like, I'll have it straight by Saturday. I'll have it straight by Saturday, because this has been the same neighbor since 1984. So this is that old man in the neighborhood that knew you when you were this high.
Yeah, understood.
So
understood. It's like, you know what?
like, oh no, don't worry. Yeah, don't worry, sir.
Right now. I got you.
Yeah, I got you. So today was moving very heavy stuff, and I'm like, well, the weed whacker is over there on its own. The rake is over here doing its thing, but I don't have the magical juices to move all this drywall. I guess I got to do it with my arms. Oh, this sucks.
See, that's sometimes, it happens,
Yeah, exactly.
You use your magic. You can't use your magic on everything.
Well,
right?
Especially when you got neighbors. And that's the thing. Like, we always talk about, we adults, we got families and stuff. We got to be homeowners and all that stuff. But the part that we never really talk about is being a good neighbor. You can't have a community unless you commune. And that takes a little bit from everybody.
Yeah.
Or else we can't have nothing.
From everybody.
Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? I made it he let me borrow his wheelbarrow to do some of the yard work, and the handles broke. So of course I went out straight up to the big box store and got steel handles and got through all the concrete and those decades of stuff that builds up on stuff like that. And I'm like, I broke your wheelbarrow, but I replaced it. So you should have another 20 years out of it. I just had to put the steel and stuff on there. And he's like, you didn't have to do that, son. I'm like, yes, I did.
Yes, I did.
Yes, I did.
I couldn't come back over here with this thing.
Yeah. I'm like, you have known me my whole life. I owe it to you to give you back the stuff that you offered it to me in good faith, true. And you're being a good man by offering it to me. The least I could do is undo the damage I did. That is the whole thing. So I put it back together and I made it a little better than it was. And so you gonna be good with this, because isn't that what being a man and being an adult is supposed to be?
Yes, making things right. Taking that responsibility. Things right.
Fixing what you break and trying to make sure that you don't make the same mistake in the future.
Yeah.
So
and then
now
also,
that we're done with the old man.
Stuff like wheelbarrows, they just don't last forever. Some things just happen. But gotta kind of go and get a brand new one, and
Oh, I didn't get a new wheelbarrow. I just got new handles. Because his handles were the old wood ones, like back from the 80s. Okay. And I'm like, I got a little extra money and I can write this off as doing stuff to repair the house because this counts as a tool. So I'm gonna put steel ones on this for you. I'm gonna put steel ones on this,
because you are repairing the house. So,
so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do this for you because I didn't ask to borrow the wheelbarrow. He's like, I see you doing all that stuff with the cement. You want to use my wheelbarrow, son? And again, this is the old man who knew you since you were like that big. So when he says son, especially being a Generation X black man, hearing son from an older man, that carries a lot of weight, a whole lot of weight.
That's what it's all about, man. See that community, and
exactly.
And in this episode, we get some community finally.
I'm just letting you know, bro. I see you, and you are one of my heroes. That's what I gotta say.
Definitely. So
right.
I wanna start off by saying rest in peace,
man,
to Tomar-Re.
Okay. I thought you were gonna bring up somebody else we lost this weekend.
Oh no, I'm not. I mean, rest in peace to that person too. But in the show, we lost somebody.
Okay, yeah. On topic. Rest in power, fish man. Yeah, rest in power, fish man.
Yeah, of course. Tomar-Re, he's gone. We get the shot of Kilowog holding him. They've been ride or die for who knows how long,
bruh.
So
it's as like a middle-aged man who's been reading Green Lantern since the 80s. Like, honestly, he's one of the Trinity of the Green Lanterns. Because when you think Green Lanterns, at least when you're coming up in my time and you were thinking Green Lanterns, you didn't think Hal, John, Guy, and there was no Kyle at that point. You thought Hal, Kilowog, and Tomar. Like those were the three. They were the representative of the core. So losing Tomar, although it happened in the comics, it still hurt. Yeah, I'm like, I didn't need to see that.
Get it, but once he doubled down on the fact that he wasn't going to lose another planet, we all kind of knew. We all kind of knew. Yeah, he's gonna make sure that this planet does not get destroyed.
And I ain't gonna lie, that's the way a lantern should be taken out.
Yeah,
like that's it. That's
protecting the lives of the planet, making sure that they're all okay, and it's funny because when you look at it, it's going to mean a lot because you're going to have the whole Green Lantern Corps like, all right, hold up. Who did this? Why did they do this? Who's it?
I will. And that's kind of why I'm split on the Green Lanterns. Because I love the Green Lanterns. I've always wanted a power ring, But the other side of me is being like, yeah, but they cops, bruh.
They cops. Yeah, they're essentially cops.
Yeah, and it's like, we lost one of our own. Oh, nah, and they're written like cops.
Remember, they weren't really going to do anything about Darkseid or these missing kids at first. They were kind of like, look, man, hey, look, we kind of don't mess with that dude.
And in the words of Nick Fury, they needed a push.
Yeah, they did. And unfortunately, we lost Tomar-Re, but I just want to say rest in peace because we got a lot of other stuff in the episode to get to, which packed a good amount of stuff into one episode, but not too much where it was overstuffed. But we got some good revelations out of this.
It was a meaty episode. It had a lot of meat,
Yeah, and I wanted to give Tomar his section. I wanted to give him his love.
And on that same Tomar kick, they got me. They got me.
Okay.
I was not expecting his successor. I was not.
No.
I'm like, well, back to Oa. We'll see why is that thing still in the atmosphere? Well done. I was not expecting that. So I don't know how heavy in spoilers we're going.
Oh, but, no. We're doing this as if they've seen the episode. We're all chilling, talking about the show.
Yeah, bro. Lantern Forager, I'm down. I am so down for Lantern Forager.
I just hope that if we get to see Forager again, see her again, then maybe we just get some weird constructs, like some
Yeah, I want to see how for it, like, Kyle very much had the anime robot 90s kids thing going. Hal had the medieval knight and shining armor and knights in white satin thing. John is all about functioning machinery, which I used to call him the most boring of the lanterns. And then I went to college. And when I got my degree in physics, I totally understood, like, oh, a bubble is the most efficient thing ever. He's just being practical. And then when he cuts loose and makes these big old machines with all these moving parts, I'm like, there's my boy. There's my boy.
Shouts to John Stewart, who's also getting one of those, another direct to DVD film.
Yeah, he's getting one. And I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, that should be cool.
And I'm kind of like,
finally we're getting one that doesn't involve Batman or the Bat family, even though you see the Bat family below, but that's because there's some stuff at the end of the episode. We'll talk about them later.
yeah. And it was funny because this episode did something that kind of made me, I had an exasperated sigh. I had a beleaguered sigh.
Okay. Beleaguered.
Beleaguered. Okay. One line came out and I'm just like, oh.
Okay.
Because one thing that I love about Young Justice is how they show that everybody in the DC universe is capable. Yeah. Like seriously. And too many of the other properties don't do that because they're so busy focusing on one set of characters that everybody else falls by the wayside. And Young Justice, even in its first season, it was like, all right, we got the dude from this one set of characters and I'll buy it because they're sticking with the original, they're sticking with most of the original things, though Donna Troy got the shaft. Yeah. But then later on, he stepped to the wayside and we got to see everybody else. And we're like, yeah, I'm down. Oh my God, Wally is cool and Bart is cool. And I hated him in the first in the comics way back in the day. And bro, Aqualad, what is up? Where is his movie? Like he brought respect to the Atlantean name through for the DC Comics fans.
And went head to head with Superboy and was kind of doing his thing in the very first episode, like the first episode / movie that they made. Yeah, I saw it when it aired on Cartoon Network. That I was there then.
Ditto. And that was the thing. Like in the comics, Aquaman went head to head with Superman in the New 52, and I'm just like, yeah, you bring it, because. How can I put this? He's got a bad rap because of Super Friends, but he is terrifying to me. Seriously terrifying to me. Marvel does a better job in showing the capabilities with Submariner, but I'm like, bruh, he talks to fish, and I know what's in the ocean. I'm like, the dude has a magical army, a postmodern tech army, and an army of monsters that he can unleash onto the world. After he put tsunamis on every coast on the planet, that's terrifying. Definitely. Like Aquaman is up there with the "Don't make me get up," So,
yeah, because it's like, do you want me to shut down the world's navies, like
and shipping, and destroy most of the population of. Most of the human population, because y'all know how we love living on the precious coast.
Well, because usually all the work is at the coast due to ports, which then have to be surrounded by homes because the guys that work in the ports gotta live somewhere.
And let's not forget weather. Let us not forget weather. Okay, living on the precious
weather
coast.
Doesn't get, even on the ports in like New York City, the weather ain't great. But ports are ports.
But it's better than it. It's always better than it is in that region, 60 miles inland.
Yeah.
I mean, you're from Virginia, bro.
I know it's gotta be tough for those people in the ports on the Great Lakes. Like those, it's gotta be tough.
Yeah. Oh, it's super cold in Chicago, bro. Super cold.
Them Great Lakes, like the wind coming up off that water is not to be played with.
Yeah, it is not. It is one of my favorite book series takes place in that. And he points out real hard that you don't mess with a Chicago winter, and a Chicago summer is human soup. And I'm like, yeah, that's why no one lives in Detroit. that's why we don't deal with Motown. I'm just saying that because, born and raised in LA, and we got the good coast, the good coastal city, second only to Miami. When you second only to, let's be real, Maui.
One would argue that you and San Diego have the best coastal cities, because even though Miami is dope, you don't have humidity, you don't have mosquitoes.
Word.
Like the first thing I noticed when I moved to LA, where I was like,
it's dry
no
here.
Humidity here.
Like, oh my God, I ain't got stains. What's up? I'm not like I'm only sweating on my head.
Shirt in the car with me when I go somewhere.
Yeah, I learned that on my first trip to Texas because I was stupid and went to Texas in July. I'm like, I will be back close to Halloween, bro.
I went back to Virginia last summer, and I realized real quick. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna need an extra shirt when I go with me. I'm sweating. I ain't even gotten in the car yet.
But yeah, so in this episode, when Zatanna said what she said at the end, I'm like, oh man. She's like, I'm gonna need a detective. I'm like,
we don't really need a detective, but fine. I know we got to bring them back in. I mean, there's some other people that I think we could call up, but
a whole lot of other people. But coming from Zatanna specifically, there's only one person she gonna call when she needs a detective, and his name ain't Grayson. No. I wish though that it were, or this would be a perfect time to bring in the elongated man, or even the Question, my boy, the Question. Yeah, but no, we're getting Batman.
Even to double check with Superman real quick, due to the different visual spectrums he's able to see in, like
or the Martian Manhunter.
There could be a question of like, hey, maybe he's like on our plane, but we can't see him, kind of thing. Like you ain't. Did you check that? But
or the Martian Manhunter,
But I do like that we're going back, we're merging, because we spent so much of the season being fragmented. It seems like we're coming back to a team kind of effort now.
Yeah.
And speaking of team, we did get a little team matchup, sort of. Because last episode, Metron was like, hey, look, y'all, some people stole some stuff. We got to go. And I love
it was more like,
Orion
get your butts up and follow me. I ain't got time to explain. Man,
Orion was
like, I ain't got time to explain.
You could have told us this before. Like,
right?
And so getting that team up, the square off, from Malafa'ak giving the brain blast. We got Forager up against Mantis again. You know what I'm saying? So it's a nice little like round 2 sort of thing. And unfortunately, Killmonger's odd. Huh?
I felt bad for Jay.
Yeah, because Jay didn't really get to do nothing, man, but get beat up.
He's the reason that the other Zod didn't come through. He put that tornado around the thing. But it was like, all right, cool. I get to see Jay out there because Jay is one of my favorite Flashes, and he's down. It was kind of like
not joking. That box was like not playing no games.
Yeah, it felt like Kurt Russell and Big Trouble in Little
Oh no! All right, so basically, I think what he's saying is Big Trouble in Little China when Kurt Russell goes to shoot and like everybody starts chasing him. So it didn't really work out too well for him. Let's see if he comes back in a second. But let's go on and move for now. Yeah, let's go on and get him out for now. And with that said, let's go on and go back to the high. Boom. Sorry guys. Had to go on and change it up for y'all. The interesting nature of Jay in this sequence is I'm gonna follow up what on Solar said. Yeah. It's a good point because Jay knew he was sort of like outmatched. Like Jay, he a little old with it. You know what I'm saying? He got some age on him. He can't be, you just can't be doing that. All right? He can't be coming with the fisticuffs. He's 102. You can't expect a 102-year-old man just be punching people. All right? But what he did say is, all right, look, I can use my power to create this tornado/vacuum thing, and we can make it work. So props on him because he used the experience of his talents, his gifts, to still be effective in a fight without having to fight anyone. So much love to him on that. You know what I'm saying? Much love to not only Jay Garrick for recognizing where he needed to like step in, but also you didn't see him try to overplay his role. You didn't see him like, oh man, I'm mad that I don't get to do this or I don't get. No, he was just like, yo, I got this. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take care of this. So props, good on him. Can I help you? What? Solar Gray, he chilling right now. He might be back. He might be back in a little bit. All right, so let's see. Essen Down says his win funnel almost kept Superboy from getting out. So that was that it's man. I mean, yes, excuse me. Also kept Superboy from getting out. True, but I mean, he didn't know. You know, so the heroes just know that, you know, Killmonger wants to get somebody out, and whoever he's trying to get out is not going to be good. So we just got to stop it. So unfortunately, you know, we were close, but the good thing is that at least for Phantom Girl, the I can't think of Kid Chameleon and whatever, they know she's in there. So that's a good thing, is that they know that Phantom Girl is in the Phantom Zone. Now, I don't know how we solve the issue because she did wake up, and her waking up and recognizing who she's with is probably going to create just a teensy issue in the Phantom Zone. But I think that Jay came through, did the right thing, and even for a standout like Forager, our Forager, not the new Forager, but our Forager, him being like, oh, Mantis, yeah, you beat me up before, but that's before I got trained by my boy Dick Grayson. So I was proud to see that, man, because it's like, I love the point where he's like, all right, cool, round 2. Now it's my turn. You know what I'm saying? Now it's my turn to break you down. You know what I'm saying? So he came through. I like that a lot. Shouts to Geeky Andre saying, yeah, I'm from Chicago. The weather there is no joke, especially in the winter. Yeah, the winter is cruel, man. And SM Down says, I think Saturn Girl knows Superboy is in the Phantom Zone too. Okay, cool. Because I know she knows Phantom Girl is in there. So if she knows Superboy is in there, that does change the game a bit. I wonder what we'll see. And hit me up in the chat. Let's talk about this. What do you think we'll see in the next episode on the ship? Because remember, the ship is also alive. So the ship could make a move against Killmonger. You got Kid Flash, who is essentially Impulse. And I don't think Zod knows that Impulse is a speedster. So even though he's on the ship like, yo, I'm going to snap her neck, I'm going to beat her down, I'm holding her hostage, he doesn't really know what he's up against. And he's down a member because Mantis got taken. So since they took Mantis, now it's just Malafa'ak and Killmonger. Shouts to Killmonger Zod. So I wonder, if it'll just be quick work of kind of turning the tables on Killmonger Zod, or if it'll be a situation where they kind of like play along with him, because I think they have the tools to take him down. Well, hold up, because Malafa'ak is there, so he knows what the bioship is. I wonder. Let me know what y'all think about this situation. Do you think that they'll try to fight back, or do you think that they'll just kind of play along and go along with it because they're scared of what he might do to Saturn Girl? Yeah, I think they have the tools to actually fight back. I think it's tough, man. Can impulse move faster than the speed of thought? Because if gets brain blasted, I don't know, man. Say he gets brain blasted, right? He's not going to be able to run. I might be wrong. You know what? Maybe it is best that they just go along with Killmonger's eye right now. Because shouts to Solar Gray, man. Spectrum, yo, aka Time Warner Cable, they be hating on us, you know what I'm saying? But maybe it's best that they go along with it. Shouts to SM down. The Martian can be taken out with matches. You need a little bit more fire than that. He said a match. That's cold, man. But the Martian knows, Malifaux knows that what bioship is and what bioship can do. Then being impulse not being faster than the speed of thought, maybe this is the best option they got right now. But we also get another revelation inside this fight, which is Rocket gets past her issue, not only with Orion, but her issue with herself about her child. And that was a nice breakthrough moment. We all knew it was coming somehow. But it was nice that her getting over that moment and her connecting with Orion was the way they broke the hold with Malifaux. So that was cool. And then even him at the end being like, putting his hand on the shoulder like, yo, respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, we here now. You know what I'm saying? I know it's been rocky, but we cool. You know what I'm saying? We cool. And that match, that quick fight, when he was like, put the bubble around me, and he went raw dog to your jaw with Killmonger's eye, that was hotness. You know what I'm saying? He was like, and then Killmonger's eye was like, oh snap, I'm getting beat up. Let me use my laser blast, right? So he hit him with the laser blast, and it did nothing. Like, it tore up his shirt a little bit, but Orion won't trip it. Orion like, yo, I made a sterner stuff, son. All right. Then he hit him with the headbutt. Bruh, come on now. That fight was, I'm gonna have to watch that fight again. That was a good fight, yo. That was a good fight. He was like, I ain't locked in here with you. You locked in here with me. You know what I'm saying? So that was fresh. And that was a nice team up. We're having Rocket create the dome or whatever. And him like, you can't go nowhere. You stuck in here. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna have to take this whooping. Just leave it right there. You gonna have to take all this whooping. So I dug that. I dug that a lot. That fight was cool. So with the step up of Forager, the beat down from Orion, which also is kind of the connection between Orion and Rocket. Unfortunately, Metron and the Tomorrow people were gone, but I guess they got to get them out the story. You know what I'm saying? They got to get them out the story so you can kind of have an evenly matched fight. Because if all of them were there, it would have been, it would have been a slam dunk. So I guess, whatever. We get it. We understand. So with them all on the same page now, Killmonger Zod's plan actually did more harm than good, because the Earthling metahumans, the Green Lanterns, and of course the New Gods were not even going to work together until this. So Killmonger Zod put a target on his back, a real target on his back, and now he's by extension put a target back on Darkseid's back, Where Darkseid was like, yo, I'm doing all this stuff in the background, so don't nobody want to mess with me. And now everybody like, nope. Now we looking for these kids. We're gonna find Killmonger's out. We're gonna do all this because you attacked us on our soil. You killed a Green Lantern, and of course you proved the Earthlings right. So we'll see where this goes because we still like we've been talking about. We still got a whole bunch of missing metahuman kids. Who knows what's going on with Markovia right now? Darkseid is also planning some other stuff. Vandal Savage is still somewhere, possibly, maybe doing some stuff. So we got some cool stuff to play with right now. We got some hotness. SM Down says, how do you feel about Green Lantern Forager? Solar Gray and I were talking about this a little bit probably before you got on. I'm actually very excited about it. I want to see since Forager is it's back up, let me in. Did you hit the link? It's back up, let me in. Oh man, so yeah, hit the link and I got you. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't see you right now. It's not showing that you're there. You know, so the thing that I think is kind of cool about Forager being a Green Lantern, at least provisionally, is that maybe we'll get some cool different constructs because of her being from like a alien world and being essentially a bug. We could see some cool different constructs that we just never thought of before that could be based on maybe her wants, her needs, her dreams, her, you know, it's nice to kind of wonder where you might end up. So yeah, I had to let me see what we got. What we're gonna do is bring you back. We're gonna bring you back. Like, you know, we're gonna bring you back. You're gonna be all right. We're gonna bring you back and put you on in. But yeah, I had to remove you. You were stuck on the screen, man. I had to close you out, man. I had to remove you. But I'm ready. I'm ready to see some cool new constructs. So I'm down with Forager being a Green Lantern. I'm down with it. What are your thoughts? How are you feeling? You know, how are you feeling with it? Because I'm cool. You know, I have no problem with it. You know, and so for me, it works. Shouts to Geeky Andre, says, rest in peace, GL, Tomar-Re. Yeah, man, it's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. You know what I'm saying? It ain't easy, man. It ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? Out there, you just try to do the best you can. And even though you died in battle, your spirit lives on, my brother. You know what I'm saying? My fish/bird looking brother, whatever you is. But I even like the fact that when they were fighting, he was like, yo, you woke up a Promethean? Because I was like, hold up, this dude is like a whole, he was like, bro, you woke up a Promethean? And speaking of the woke up the Promethean part, yeah. Remember in Eternals how like there was a big old statue hand that came out of Earth and like nobody did nothing? Like it's just there. I guess people just like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's how it be now. You know what I'm saying? They ain't tripping no more. So I don't know, man. I don't know where we go from here. As far as the Lanterns are concerned, Jenna James said Tomar always dying. Is that true? Tomar hasn't died that much. Tomar's died what, once? How many times has he died? At least that I know of, once. Is he always done? Like, is he dying as much as like Jean Grey? Like, is it really like that? You know what I'm saying? Is it really like that in these streets? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what y'all doing out here. You know what I'm saying? I can't call it. I can't call it for y'all. I don't think he dies that much. I truly don't. I really don't think he dies that much. I could be wrong, but I don't think he dies that much. Like he, in my opinion, yeah, he do in cartoons at least. Oh man, man, look. That I know of, he's died once. SM Down says Forager becoming a Green Lantern was unexpected and cool. Yeah, because when it went on, I was like, oh, okay, all right, well, all right, cool. And then of course, hearing the Green Lantern's oath or whatever. Daryl said he didn't die in the movie with Ryan Reynolds. See, so he made it through. Ryan Reynolds, Angela Bassett, and some other people. I don't know, man. That movie was, man. It was. They tried. They tried. You know what I'm saying? They tried. And Geeky Andre said Green Lantern Tomar-Re died saving the planet of New Genesis. He is a true hero. Yes, he is. He's a true hero. I would not have it any other way but to be respected, you know what I'm saying? Especially as a Green Lantern, be respected as a true hero. After saving the planet from a Promethean and put him back to sleep, I think the other Forager is gonna Blue Forager. Let's say Forager Blue and Forager Red. So Forager Blue, oh no, Jenna James said he died when the movie was born. Oh man, that's a cold world, man. Y'all cold about that movie. Okay, the Green Lantern movie was not good. Okay, it was not good. But since then we've gotten other movies from DC that were from varying degrees of quality, but we have had some good ones too. All right, so let's let DC slide for now. You know what I'm saying? They've lived their life. You know, they've come on now. Let's see. Daryl says, I thought I was gonna see Simon Baz. Okay. That's a cool pick. So all in all, I like what we got. All in all, I like what we got. I was happy to see the show. I feel like we're finally going in a good direction. Finally going in a good direction. And I'm excited because I want, the Phantom Zone to be opened and for the Zod to be released. You know what I'm saying? All of them come out and we'll just see what happens. Like, because it's going to be, it's going to be tough when they come out. Because you're talking about all of them have Superman's powers. So when they come out, it's going to be really real. Like, they're going to be real in the streets. And they ain't going to be playing with none of y'all. So get your heavy hitters. Maybe we'll get a chance to see Icon come back into the game. You know, who knows? You know what I'm saying? Maybe we'll see Icon come back. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But with that said, guys, I got one more question before we bounce. And it's wrapped into my final thoughts. Let's see. How should I say this? Who do you think we'll see in the final battle? I ask this because we've seen the poster, the original poster for this season. And I don't think they've delivered on that poster. But we could possibly be looking at the poster representing the end of the season, which you know how I feel about that. But maybe everybody squad up at the end. You see Aquaman come through. You got Nightwing stop by. You got Flash. You got Roy comes back. Artemis drops in. Like, everybody kind of like coalesces into the team that we know and love. Because I'm like, yo, I want my team together. You know what I'm saying? I want my team. Geeky Andre says, I think that Zod and possibly his faction get out in the finale. Yeah. So if they get on the finale, that means it'll spill into season 5, which can be cool. That just means that this season didn't really have a specific climax, which I don't know if I'm a fan of, but who knows? On the replay, it can be different. Because I watch all of Young Justice about once a year because it's easy to watch. It's 30-minute episodes and there's no commercials. So it's like every episode is like 24 minutes. So once a year, I just roll through the whole show. Because I mean, shoot, it takes like, I don't know, 2-3 days or something if you're just watching seriously. So yeah, I think maybe on a replay it'll hit different. But waiting every week, when you only get like 24, 25 minutes and you got to listen to poetry slam from Artemis, it doesn't really satisfy. Solar Gray says, I see the whole team getting together with the forces of Darkseid and Zod taking on the League and the characters from this season. Do you think Zod would work with Darkseid or maybe be someone who is not against him really, but just like separate from him? Because I don't see General Zod doesn't seem like the type to want to share his glory with Darkseid at all. Yeah, I don't really see that happening for him. Could it? You know what? Why not? Why not? Maybe so. Maybe they ain't tripping. Maybe they're like, yo, look, all right, cool. I ain't okay. Let's work together. Let's team up. I just see Zod as one of those people that's like, look, I ain't gonna go talk to nobody who got their back to me. And that might not work well. Daryl says Young Justice should be 3 cartoons that connect 3 times a season. Yo, okay. All right, let's play this out. Daryl, go on and tell me what you mean. What would all 3 cartoons be about? Like, cause I don't want to take your idea and run with it and mess up your idea. So expand on that. Matter of fact, we'll expand on that. That's how we'll end the show. We'll end the show with Daryl's idea of the Young Justice being 3 shows that intersect 3 times per season. So I'm interested in this one. I want to see where you go with on this one. Because I'm not against that. You look, more Young Justice. You ain't gonna have me hating on it. So I expand. And I don't wanna like take your idea like mess it up. So fill out your thought. And while he's dropping that knowledge, I want to give a shout out to Solar Gray. Guys, going to holla at him. His link should be in the description below. Should it? Is it down there? Let's see. Is it? No, actually, you know what? I'll get his link down there for y'all in like a couple seconds. I gotta get the link though, so because like you stopping me from getting the link and you knocking stuff all over the place. Like, look, we'll get the link later because I can't use my other hand to type the links to y'all because I'm being bombarded at this time. So, all right, so let's see what we got. We got Daryl says Justice League Outsiders and the Titans. So all right, that's two teams. So what would the third show be? Would the third show be our main squad? Like so, or let me know, because the third we need a third show. So we'd have a outsider show. That's whose team? That's not Barry's team. That's Beast Boy's team. So we got Beast Boy's team got a show. Then we got Titans, which I guess you mean like the main Titans, which is like Robin, Cyborg, Starfire, Raven, and I forgot. Beast Boy is for the. So maybe Beast Boy will be someone who's not there all the time, and then we see him sometimes on the. We could throw someone else on Teen Titans that was there before on the comics, like Donna, something like that. Who would be the third team though? Like who would be the third team or for the third show? Or am I missing like, cause yeah, Justice League Outsiders, that's a team. Titans is a team. And then I guess Young Justice would be our main. Dick Grayson, Aqualad, Artemis, maybe Impulse, since sort of, or we gonna put Impulse on the Outsiders? Because I guess Impulse is kind of replaced Wally, so Impulse on that team. So I wouldn't be mad at that. I'm down with that. Having a show like that could be real cool, or having a setup like that could be real cool with those three teams kind of intersecting. And then Solar Gary brings up Zatanna's team. So you got her on the side doing her Donna is, I thought, no, Donna Wonder Girl, or is Wonder Girl's name not Donna? I'm sorry, I'm missing. But wasn't Wonder Girl with, what season was she on? Was she in season 3, season 2? You know what? She was in season 2. She's probably too old for the Titans. Well, yeah, she'd have to be on. Yeah, yeah. She's probably too old for the Titans. So the Titans would have to be. The Titans, well, see, because the Outsiders kind of take up that age demographic, but yeah, like I could see some, like, depending on who's not getting enough love for the Outsiders, I could see them being moved over to a Teen Titans show. But either way, I'm down with that idea. I like that idea. And then them crossing over 3 times in the season, I think that's cool too. I think that's real cool. And then maybe like a finale that, it's like a 3-part finale with all 3 shows, and it's a huge, crossover mashup, whatever. I'm down with that. I'm down with that. And honestly, regardless of the teams, the more dope animation, the better. Like I'll be hard pressed to like tell you I don't want more Young Justice type stuff going on. So yeah, I could do that. And honestly, they could do similar to what Paramount Plus is doing with Star Trek, where basically they're saying, hey, there's going to be a Star Trek show on all the time. So in that Star Trek show being on all the time, you have, Discovery going into Prodigy, going into Picard, going into Strange New Worlds, going into Lower Decks, and so on and so forth, with the new shows that are going to come in after it. So yeah, man, I would love to see a setup like that too, where there's always some Young Justice type stuff going down. Like, you got once, like when this season is over, then Titans picks up. You know what I'm saying? And then when Titans is over, then Zatanna's team, you could name it whatever. I don't know. Young Mystics. I don't know. Maybe they ain't gotta be young. They can just be mystics. So, man, just because Justice League Dark is already taken from the films that the animated films. Cause I think they're supposed to do another one too, but they can just be like Justice League Magic. I don't know, whatever they're gonna be. They can be them and then just keep going on. So all year long we got dope stuff. But animation is a long process, and I understand that. So, I get it. So especially when it's not the kind of, Steven Universe type stuff. And no diss to Steven Universe, it's just a different level of, I guess, time and attention to certain things that you can kind of brush off on animation like that. Like Steven Universe or what's the one, the one with the cats. Even stuff like Final Space is a little bit easier to pull off, especially when you have like time limits and stuff of that nature. So that's what I mean. Not that there's a quality difference, but just that, it's, it takes a little bit longer. Like, the cow out, Gumball, thank you. Even though I like Gumball is funny, it's entertaining, but it's not. It's levels to this. So I got Solar's link in the description. I'm gonna throw it in the chat. You guys go check that dude out. He's awesome. And with that said, I want to shout out Jenna James, Solar Gray for coming through, Daryl for dropping in mad early, Geeky Andre. Who else we had? We had SM Down came through. Who else? That might be it. That might be it that I see. All the names is little, so if I missed you, it's not on purpose. We still cool. I just missed your name. And anyone who's getting a lurk on, much love on to y'all too, because you know what I'm saying. We are out here. We spread love. We ain't doing no hateration. All right, the only hateration we doing is maybe for Picard, but we're gonna leave Picard alone tomorrow. All right, we ain't gonna give just a sprinkle of the hate, and then we're gonna reel it in. All right, just a little, and then no more. I promise you. All right, so with that said, NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, podcast, all that jazz. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for hitting like. Thank you for subscribing. Getting me, we going from, how many subscribers I got? I don't even know. It's like 3,000? I think I got 3,000 subscribers. Something like, whatever it is, we going from 3,000 and we going to the infinity and beyond. I love all y'all. Dope Beast is coming. Dope Black Comics is coming. And until next time, this is for me to you saying, peace. I gotta give me some fish and chips.
You got to know that if you keep dwelling in the past, you will remain in the past. Can I get a fucking yeah?
Good day, gentlemen. This is a pre-recorded briefing made prior to your departure, in which for security reasons of the highest importance has been known on board during the mission. Now that you are in Jupiter's space and the entire crew is revived, it can be told. 18 months ago, the first evidence of intelligent life off the Earth was discovered. It was buried 40 feet below the lunar surface, near the crater Patron. Except for a single, very powerful radio emission aimed at Jupiter, the 4-million-year-old black monolith has remained completely inert. Its origin and purpose still a total mystery.
You're listening to my daddy, All Gorilla MC.
Finish him off! If you can't do it, then maybe you should let someone who can, like me!
you.